Okay. Good evening, dear colleagues. Today, Joel is your moderator, and today in the agenda, we have first tour of the table. Second point is introduction of our new intern, Dalibor Kos. Third point
Hello.
is the progress of the developers team, presented by Dominik. Fourth point is recruitment report, presented by Bartek and Dominik. 5 point is progress of Novitec.hu website presented by me, and 6 point is any other business. So we start with the tour of the table. So please, Attila, tell us about your last week, please.
Okay. So I'm the first one with a very bad message. Last Sunday, yesterday, football club of Wild, we almost lost the game at home. So it was a big spectators disappointment. But anyway, it was a very good time, sunny afternoon, about 4,000 spectators. And this it was again Wild again Bissen. Bissen. This is somewhere south in Luxembourg. So this was Sunday, but before, of course, last week I had traveling here and also then working on a new research project. Maybe I will discuss with you after if it grows to some extent and to some dimension. But this is in one sentence. This research project, 4 years research project, is devoted to the digital company. So to nowadays there is a need to transfer the real company to have not only the model of the digital model of the real company, but to have both real and digital company representations in a one knowledge base, and that it fits very well to our application of I3D industrial services, because I3D industrial services is a bridge between the digital company and the real company when the technology defined in digital way in the digital company is executed, transfer the knowledge to a real company in execution of the work orders, and opposite the reports of the work order execution, like photos, videos, data, and are going back again as an image of the real company. So that's all in a nutshell, my new hobby. So that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Todd. Now, please, Bartos, tell us about your week, please.
Good evening, everyone. So last week was my last week in Luxembourg. So on Thursday I returned to Poland. And before I was learning the HR stuff from Nargis, and now I'm in charge of reviewing the CVs that come for our positions, and I will present it later.
But are you in charge, or this is a transition?
Yeah, I transitioned from Nargis to the transition from Nargis to me.
Still helps you, yeah? She's not.
Yeah, she helps me. She checks if everything is done correctly. So
Okay.
No problem.
So Nargis is missing today, Yusuf.
Mr. Dos, she is sick. She has flu and she's sleeping.
Oh, that's a pity. Okay.
She just joined when you were not here and told that she will not be able to attend.
Okay. I hope until Friday she will be fit when I visit Berchem.
I hope so.
Okay.
So thank you, Bartos. Now, please, Dado is his name. Dado, tell us about your last week, please.
Dado, it's by the way, Dado, it's probably nickname here.
Yeah,
Dalibor, yes, is now a new intern, and he has a second point on the agenda. So later, leave him for the second point.
Okay.
Okay. So Dalibor, you will have your turn on the second point.
Okay. So please, Dominik, your turn.
Hello, good evening. Okay, where to start? I was at the University of Natural Science, University of Natural Science here in Košice to propose them some baccalaureate thesis or some topics for baccalaureate thesis because
natural sciences, no, not
yes, natural sciences. Yes, this was my last. Yes, so I was there. There are, I think, 10 or 12 students who are looking for some interesting topics. I introduced them 2 topics related to I3D, but I have not yet any answer, but I still hope they will provide some, or somebody will choose these topics. And I met there also one of the students of the 5th year, so he master degree this year, and he has some experience in Unity. So there is some potential to cooperate. And what was interesting, a few days later, also Mr. Attila found some contact to him. So
he reported to me. He reported to me that he wants to participate in this DigiFirm project. So
okay.
It was your result. You made on him a good impression, maybe.
Okay. Thank you. I hope this is the case, but anyway, the important thing is that he would like to cooperate, and I hope we will. So this was one topic of last week. We were preparing everything to move to the new offices, and tomorrow morning we will go and we will start work in the new space. I hope everybody of the I3D team, every member of the I3D team will be satisfied with it. We have provided the last deliverable for the steel plant. Of course, I made a note about it on the SharePoint site, and now we are waiting for some feedback and some issues, because they are going to test it, and later we will be able to give them or prepare together the acceptance letter and then the invoice. So I hope we are on the good track to achieve this. We started to prepare the documentation of the I3D, and we choose this steel plant as the first, or this remote assistant module as the first module to be documented. And we tried to use also the Wikipedia functionality of the SharePoint, and it seems that this is the closest one, or the tool with the most functionalities achieving our goals or helping us to make it. So I hope we will be able to make it on SharePoint.
When do you present it, Dominik? Some results?
Some results next week if possible, because it is in the beginning, and we are still playing with it a little bit before going to put the real data. We had also some meetings with the Hungarian UX UI team, Adam and Aaron, 2 or 3 meetings. And this week, they promised this week they will come with some plan which they will present to also to Mr. Attila, and if there will be some agreement on it, then they will start to work on UI UX.
Dominik, I spoke to them twice. It is enough for me. Speaking, I hate speaking.
Yes, but now
So
they know that
you agree with them. You agree with them. Yes.
now they know the system, then they know where they can help us.
Okay.
And now I am awaiting from them a plan. And if we will approve the plan, we can cooperate with them. I rating those last week the event management for the i3D, and today I sent an email to Mr. Attila. So I hope you did not miss it, and I will receive some answer on it.
You sent me email today?
Yes, today about the event. The topic was i3D and events. This was in the topic this afternoon, today afternoon. So please check it out.
Fine.
And that's all from my side for last week.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so thank you, Dominik. Now, Mrs. Fury, can you speak? Okay, if not...
Hello, I am here. I heard you. Last week we worked with Joel on the website in Hungarian. I think it can be finished during 1 or 2 days. I must check it only. And I worked on the author project. It was a modernization of street lighting in Slovakian village, and next week I was with my grandson. It was full of things. All. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Fury. And Pratik, please tell us about your last week.
Thank you, Joel. Good evening, everyone. So last week I had exams, but now I finished with my exams. So I was preparing for my exams, and then after that, in the weekend, we had a party, after exam party, and also we tested the notifier, the i3D notifier, along with Dominic and Attila. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay, thank you, Pratik. Yusuf, please.
Hello, everyone. So in the last week, I was again mainly working on the e-commerce projects. I am working on to making more structured, I don't know, work and delegate the work to the members that currently work in the project. And yes, we are slowly scaling the project. So I'm also working on some technical part for the customer support, which could be structured and which could go to some database and we could follow. So, and we had some meeting, I think, with Mr. Todd during last week. And I was having some discussion with the shipping companies in Luxembourg, some meetings with them. And yes, I had a meeting also with a lawyer in Luxembourg regarding trademarks. Yeah, that was all about my last week.
Okay, thank you, Yusuf. So finally, my last week was about mainly Novitec Hungarian website and a little bit of the other websites of Teledom. And that's all. So we can move to the second point, which is introduction of our new intern, Dalibor Kos. So,
yeah, hello and good evening to you all. So, as you already know, my name is Dalibor Kos. I come from Croatia, 28 years old. I have degree in renewable energy engineering, and I am currently enrolled to Faculty of Electrical Engineering at Automation. So that's a little about me, and it's at University of in Croatia. So Dominik said that I need to introduce you with my use case, which I sent in my application. Dominik, could you just do I need to send the file, or if you can just assist a little?
Just tell a few words about the selected use case, and maybe next week you will present in more details.
Okay, so my case is based on the position I was working a few years back, and it explains the procedure of making the finished interior airplane part from the point where you get the raw part and you make the part that is ready to the plane. So the whole procedure is meant to, the whole use case is meant for entry-level employees who are starting and learning the new job. So it could provide, it could save time for the more experienced worker, which has to separate its time to learn the new one, how to do the job.
Actually, Dalibor, so today you prepared some document. Can you share that to be more clear to us?
Yeah, I asked Dominik, but he said that.
No, it's okay. Like because you prepared.
Okay. I don't know. I just started working today, so I started to work on implementation on workflow, and it isn't done yet. But some steps are inside and some explanations of the.
Okay, so you know how to share your screen, yes, with green this button I showed you.
But it has 8 pages, so okay. I need to with you. So if you could just a second. No. This file. Yeah.
Here's the one, no?
Yeah, this is the one.
You can share right elbow put it.
Okay. So basically, the use case is consisted of gathering the parts you need to do the job. It's like it's preparing parts, tools, and materials for work. That's the first phase. Second phase, cleaning and preparing the part. I will send you file later so you can check it once again, but I'll go quickly through it. So second part is cleaning the part and preparing it for the filler application. This part consists of 4 acts which need to be done. The third part is applying body filler to the front surface of the given part. And it consists also of 4 acts. And the same thing is repeated on the back part of the back end of the part. And the is that you have 10 different parts, and every part has a different procedure that needs to be done. So there is a lot of use cases and workflows that can be created for this industry and for entry-level employees, so they could adapt to their workspace more quickly. Yeah, so that's for me. From me, I think next week I'll have more information and concrete stuff that I could show you. And
Okay, hello Dalibor. First of all, welcome on board.
Thank you.
I wish you a successful stay with us, mutually fruitful for you and for our company. And as I see, you are on a good track.
Thank you.
Did it take to you to develop this form?
I started today at around 10:30, but I didn't finish all the steps.
Oh,
I am just getting to know myself with the whole procedure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, okay. Anyway, I hope to meet you on Friday afternoon. And
okay,
discuss further progress. So, and Dominik, are you satisfied with the progress?
Yes, I am. We had the initial meeting only today at the morning, and this is a nice middle result. So yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, and by the way, I was just reviewing some of work of Dalibor, and I wanted to mention that he is nice also in creation of the 3D models for this part, and he already did some today, and maybe Dominik, he can also use some of his skill for this.
You don't need advocate. You are a good advocate of Dalibor.
Yes, but like he did this one, and I told that you have to mention this to Mr. Todd and Dominik because you will need this kind of skills for the i3D.
But how long does it take this workflow to execute by a worker? What do you estimate? 2 hours, 3 hours, or longer? Because, you know, one work order should not take longer than 8 hours or 6 hours minimum because it needs something. So, what is your guess?
You're asking me, or are you asking me, or okay.
Not you, not the preparation.
Okay.
The execution of this workflow by a worker, how long does it take? What is your estimate?
For this workflow?
Yes.
I would say with photos and with 3D panoramic photos and
again, photo and 3D is a preparation.
Yeah. Okay.
But the execution, that is the workflow is ready and the worker downloads this workflow to his smart glass. What is your estimate to carry on the execution time?
Okay, so I'm at the moment I'm not that familiarized in the whole procedure, so I cannot estimate the time, but I would say maybe few days or a week.
No.
For whole implementation.
So then we have to split it because one workflow should not take longer than one shift. This is 8 hours, but minimum 6 hours.
That you meant in like implementation to 3D glass?
No.
Or like just creation of workflow.
Not creation of workflow. Dominik, please try to explain here. What is my question? Maybe my English is not good.
Okay, so the question is, for example,
I don't know, Dominik. Yeah, for this about 6 hours, maybe 6 to 8
Okay.
hours.
So
I would say.
to make the first step, then make something with the part, and then
Yeah,
make the next step, and so on, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
For
But
this
Typically,
part, I would say
one part is finished during one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
For this part that I did, yeah, 6 hours maybe, something like that.
but this is the maximum. You know, try to if it is longer, you have to split it into 2 work.
Okay.
Think about this, and because he cannot interrupt. He can interrupt, go home, and the next day to continue, but maybe it is technically not, organizationally not clear, or it is no problem, Dominik.
From our side, it is not a problem.
Only the organizational problem, because they have to report the shift, usually what is done during the shift. You know, each day.
Yeah, we heard each other over the Skype in the morning and around 5 p.m. So at the beginning and at the end of the day.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we move to the next point. Progress of the developers team presented by Dominik.
Okay, thank you. I will start with Pratik because together with Pratik, we started to integrate his notifier, and we found some issues, and together with him we were testing it and modifying it. I think it was Wednesday evening or Thursday evening. Am I right, Pratik?
Yes, it was.
Finally, we provided for the steel plan the last version, and it seems we will have only some small issues and small after finishing. So some error solving, but only I hope. So this has been done, and as I told, we started with the documentation. Today we switched back to the i3D, the original i3D development, and the first task what we are working on is to make the thumbnail of the hotspot location on the spherical photo, because we would like to have it in a nicer way in the workflow approval report. So we need to generate this print screen from the hotspot editor, and later we will display it in the workflow. This is the first thing. The i3D workflow editor development team, they are working on this starting page for the i3D, and made some search related to the event management to verify if they are able to do it in the way I proposed. And after approval, they will start with implementation. That's all.
Okay, so thank you, Dominik. So we move to the next point. Recruitment report of the last week presented by Bartek and Dominik.
Okay, thank you, Joel. So it will be actually 2 weeks of because last week, the previous week was not as dense with applications, and also there was no need to present it, but yeah, the last 2 weeks are looking like that. So we got 25 new applications, 7 of them were from VR/AR and 18 were for assistant to an industrial engineer. 12 tasks were sent to the people. 5 out of 7 developers received their task, and 8 out of 18 assistants to industrial engineer. Applications that were declined were due to either non-EU citizenship for industrial engineers, or no Unity skill and not relevant skills in terms of VR/AR developers.
You know, Bartos,
Yes.
Unity is only for developers, but we also can have, you know, like consultant profile, not only developers. You also were not developer, you didn't know Unity 3D, but you made a good job as a consultant.
Yes, but for consultants, I don't check Unity skills, so consultants don't have, but developers need to have at least some knowledge of Unity. So it's only for developers' sake. Most assistants to industrial engineer were declined due to non-EU citizenship. So that's the main reason. And two people answered the task and are awaiting the check from Dominik. What is more, there was an interview on Thursday or on Friday, I think, that Dominik did, and he's waiting for a response. Dominik, would you like to say something about that?
Yes, I wrote my summary on the SharePoint, and I wrote there that I would like to accept him. He is available from April, so one of the questions is where he will be located and when he can start from our side. And the discussed use case is the testing of the quality of concrete. And this can be divided to 2 workflows. The first one is collecting the concrete, so how to make the sondage, and the second workflow should be the process of laboratory testing and generating the report about the quality of the concrete. This can be used also for soil testing, and also, for example, for testing the concrete to expecting the quality of the bridge and other things. So I think this is an interesting topic for i3D, and we need to decide if we have capacity to accept his application.
Okay. So I will contact Nargis and Yusuf about that, as they manage the project office. And
here, I think we have 1 free room here, but
okay, but there is still 1 application pending tomorrow. I think Dominik has interview with.
Can come also to Košice, no problem.
Yeah, so that's why I ask, because we have to decide if this Francesco will be accepted. Then we have to decide.
Mission, you know, 1 month in Luxembourg and 1 month, depending, split mission. Okay, we pay him the transfer from Luxembourg to Košice, so no problem.
Okay,
but so, must be, you know, well motivated.
Okay.
Like our friend Bartek, he's well motivated and he likes Košice. Am I right, Bartek?
Yes.
until I don't forget, sorry for this, because they forget. Please try to document your program, but a little bit better way like last time. Dominik will explain you how it is. There is one model on SharePoint, or he are now thinking about something Wikipedia. But anyway, please try to document continuously what you done, to document it, to be an example for old programmers.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay. Please continue.
Okay, so later this week or in the
Oh,
next week?
sorry, Bartek.
Yeah?
Tomorrow we will have another interview. So based on the result, I think we will decide if it will be Francesco Malgari or Mateusz Serafin.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we do that. We'll know the results by the next meeting, and I think next week we also will have another intern in Luxembourg.
Bartosz, please put in the brackets the country. Which country is he from?
Okay, I'll do that later. Yeah, the Francesco is from Italy, Mateusz and Radosław are Polish.
From Germany, we don't have. From Germany, from France, from the Netherlands.
Yeah,
they have priority. You know, Sweden. These are what is Italy? Okay.
Italy, those two are Polish, and Albert Bertrand is Spanish. So I will add it, and yeah, I'll remember to add that later.
From North Europe, they have the priority.
Mateusz is from Poland, but he studied in Denmark.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So we must have a balance of different cultures, you know, technical cultures, and also strategic dissemination of our services also in Nordic countries of Europe and Europe.
Yeah, there was one application, I think, from Finland just today. So yeah, from Estonia, Finland, yeah, this part.
But they are not in the pipeline, are they?
Once again, I didn't hear you.
I don't see them in the pipeline, or are they in the pipeline that they got some task, or they have this is in a progress?
They got the task, and but they didn't respond, so still waiting. There's a lot of applications. And I think that's all from the last 2 weeks of applications. Yeah, and we will decide in the week about these 2 new interns, and we'll see. And that's all from my part.
Okay, so thank you, Bartosz. So finally, the 5th point, which is the progress of the Novitec Hungarian website, presented by me. So this is the website right now. The last thing I added is the news translated to Hungarian, together with all the points from the emails from Mr. Todd and Mrs. Fury. So maybe Mrs. Fury needs to check that every Hungarian translation is okay, but I think it's finished. I don't know if you have any comment.
Again, Joel, all my comments are solved, yes? What I wrote to you.
Yes.
Okay, I will check.
Okay.
I will comment it, yes?
Pardon?
After checking, I will comment it.
Okay.
Some little errors are, and after can be after meeting too.
No after meeting. I have no time. Please tell us your opinion. Take over the control, and because I am already a little bit impatient, you know. Every week we are moving. So now, what is the situation, Mrs. Fury? Tell us in a nutshell first of all. Big problems or minor problems?
Problems, only little problems. Some maybe some little verb sentence or little verb word, and so.
So
must be changed, something little error.
But Joel, why did you not change it? No time, or what is this?
Yes, but Joel made it late nighting. I don't have checked it. I didn't check it.
So I will ask, Joel, did you change or solve all the comments of Mrs. Fury?
Yes.
Okay. But so Mrs. Fury didn't check it yet?
Yes.
So when please make it writing, because speaking is he will forget. If you have some still comment.
Yes, we sent everything in emails.
Wait. But he solved this. He told this is solved. Am I right?
He think, but I didn't check it.
So then, okay. You check first of all.
Yes, I will check it today.
Write a report to me and to him, and if something missing, then you write exactly. Make a screenshot this and so okay. So okay. So I take over now. Wait, I will take over the screen very quickly because this share screen. Can you see my screen?
No.
No? You click on my name. You have to click on my name. No?
Yes.
So I put www.novitech.hu and I see this is not secure. Hello. Why it is not secure? Wait. It is not good. Why it is not going to this? Wait, again. Novitech. Tech.hu. Okay, and I will have a look. But why it is not coming? So slow, Yusuf. What is this domain? Or still? Where it is hosted? Yusuf?
Yes, it is on the same place where the content of websites or HostGator.
Why
it's not actually slow.
Huh?
For me, it's quite fast. I don't know what is there.
For me here.
Or maybe the first page content is big, so we can make it smaller.
Home, you see, click on home and nothing happens. And only turning a browser, but nothing happens. Joel, what is it? You have the same experience?
For me, it's a little bit slow also.
Why?
Maybe it's because of the first homepage.
So, but you must solve it.
A lot of content, maybe.
You must solve. I don't have anything now. You see?
I see, yeah.
Clicking everywhere. Okay, now our references. Waiting. Okay, so must solve it. Look, now it's coming. What should be the problem? The big image. At the beginning, this image is big.
Yes. And I think it has some kind of functionality with the mouse. Maybe
But I see you have to reduce. You have to reuse. I told you this was my comment. The logo part, you know, this must be at up to the find out more. This is too big.
I stretched it
I,
a little bit and
What?
center with the button and with the text, but
I don't know. I don't, so please reuse inside height and width proportionally. This is too big. Okay.
But you see the English version. Why not in
English. First of all, the English, and then you look at this. Okay. Again, this is the same. Our services, big letters. Again, for me now, big letters before. Okay. Our references very quick, and then we go. And this again, you didn't change. The English flag is smaller than the Hungarian, Joy.
no, it's the same.
So, or you must say, I told you, English or Hungarian, if you manage.
It is the same.
Pardon?
It is the same.
For me, the flag smaller,
good.
Smaller
No,
than
no.
Hungarian. This is not professional job. Okay, and we go to the Hungarian. You know, Joel, the details are important. Okay, this is good.
Joel, in the Hungarian version, you haven't finished it.
Huh? Sorry?
Okay.
This news in Hungarian version, you haven't finished.
Yeah,
You
they are finished.
two flags.
Okay. Okay. Seems to be, I don't see any, but here, what is this? Okay, this is coming. It seems to be slow. And big letters, no? Also, not big letters. If you try it.
It depends on the size of your monitor.
Yes. Okay.
I see it good.
Okay, then okay. If you are happy, I am happy. Okay, but I have a small laptop, so not a question of my monitor.
Yes.
Yeah, I will try it. So I don't see big errors, but Mrs. Fury, please check it.
Yes, I will check it.
You send the
every page, and tomorrow you have
final report.
My comments. Yes.
Okay.
But
and we had also some problems, Joel, with the Teledom website. You have heard from Attila Junior?
Yes, I heard from him.
So please work intensively with him, because there are also some details to be solved.
But is this the website I did for Teledom, or this is
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same. Okay.
Yes, maybe you give him a password he can change himself if something. Because on what is this web? What is the name of this platform?
WordPress, Joomla.
WordPress. Yes.
WordPress.
He can also manage something. T-Pose or something. Okay, so that's all. So I'm waiting for your final message, Elizabeth, tomorrow. Okay. So that's all, or?
Yeah, that's all. Only if anyone has any other business.
Yes, I have a proposal to any other business. It should be fine to update after the meeting the agenda and to put the starting minutes for the recording for each point. So later, if somebody would like to get back to some of the points, he exactly knows in the video recording when it started and when it finished.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Better idea to put the tasks for the next meeting at the bottom of the agenda. Huh? Of course, Dominik, if you want to, when it starts, when it ends, it's okay. But I think we forgot the task we discussed, but the task's outcome of the meeting must be recorded and followed up in the next meeting. So who can write? Joel, write please now the task. The task is Hungarian website. Another task, what we discussed in the development, the documentation, that Bartek will give some documentation of his program, what he is developing, and what else. And also Dalibor presented, and next meeting he will present already the final, maybe. And the question is how to make it, then take the real environment. Here we need some factory, no? Airline factory.
Yeah, that's right.
In Croatia, you have such a factory.
It's in Germany.
Where?
It's in Germany.
So we can arrange a visit for you to this factory.
I know lots of there, and I know owners, and so.
Very good, very good. We just discuss it on Friday this week. Okay, but this is also a good task to remember. Okay, thank you, Joel, for good moderation. And please put these tasks at the bottom.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your all.
Okay.
Bye. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.